Yo, good day, gents and ladies, and welcome to another episode of the RoadFS podcast, where every week we bring amazing men, women, stories, vendors, owners to help you drive and grow your business. I'm Jody.
I'm Rod. So it's two mediocre guys bringing great guys together.
Hey, you know what?
You know,
if we have our role, we can
That's
be
right,
we
that's
can
right.
bring the ringmaster.
That's right. We're the ringmasters. So. How are you doing today?
Well, hey, name's Isaac. Doing great today. Excited to talk to you guys. Good to see Jody again.
So let me
we
introduce.
met at the grand opening a couple weeks back.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me introduce you guys to Isaac Nutter. So Isaac Nutter is an amazing guy. I mean, you said, I went down for the grand opening. It was a kicking party. I mean, Nate went all out. I mean, there were hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
There was food, there was music, there was a live saxophonist. I mean, it was an amazing time.
Oh, I had a ball. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, man. I really appreciated you coming down. Loved chatting with you. Loved learning a little bit more about RoadFS. Really excited to start working with you guys, and really excited.
There we go.
There's the man, the
So
you're gonna have to make sure you're in that mic between.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You can hear me now? You can hear me
yes,
now?
sir.
We can hear
We
you.
can pick you. We got you now. Man, you are a busy guy.
Hey, one car at a time, right? One car at a time. How you guys doing today?
You know, we are doing fantastic. We're really excited to sit down with you. We were just talking about the fantastic time that I had coming out for the grand opening. It was a kicking party, and Rod's still wishing he would have joined me. But
you know, we get our moments. You know, I had my moment last week in California.
She did.
So
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but yeah, that was a lot of fun for me. But you have an amazing operation, and Isaac is an integral part of that. And this you got to explain the significance of this. I'm going to call it a ramp where the cars go, because it's really unique. I've never seen one like that.
Exactly. It's basically a 230-foot long conveyor belt, flat surface, 16-foot wide assembly line process, where we implement, technology and train professionals to get out a single vehicle full service. So our objective is to be more than a Chick-fil-A of car washes, the ideal of the Chick-fil-A of customer service for the car wash industry. When it comes to our exterior wash, we still do the windows in and out and door jams and air freshener. In addition to our full services, we vacuum and wiping the dashboard cup holders out, air fresheners too as well.
Well, if you're going to compare yourself to a restaurant, you're not a Chick-fil-A. You're like a Ruth Chris of car washes. And you're like, you need the tie. Isaac needs the tie because there's a dress code involved in your kind of thing. I mean, I'm blown away by it. I mean, you see a lot of them. You see a lot of the car washes that have the neon lights and all that stuff to try to, but this is, I mean, I always thought I knew what full service was, but it's like you've taken full service to a completely different level. So it's fantastic. I don't even know what to say. Jody was showing me when he was going through. He's like, "You're not going to believe this thing," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." You know, nope. I admit it. I did not believe it. So
well, one of the things that was amazing to me, I mean, because you guys have done a really good job of on your Instagram highlighting the cars coming through, but it doesn't really capture the incorporation of technology and skill, because you have this front entrance where the car's coming in, and that's where the advanced technology of car washing is taking place.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you get out of that, that's where the humans take over. And you have this incredible system where the vacuum hose slides with the car. So the technician's not walking along the car. He steps on the track, is moving with the car, and the entire time they are cleaning every aspect of that car without having to move. So it's like they're being stationary with the car, but the the whole track is moving them through the process.
Not track. Go ahead.
Yeah, the conveyor. Yeah.
Conveyor.
Yeah. So I just want to talk a little bit about that process because I come from the express world, right? What Nate's doing here is he is placing people where people need to be, and he's placing state-of-the-art equipment where state-of-the-art equipment needs to be so that we can give the best quality, the most consistent washes. We can get, and people, you know what people are good for is people are good for details. People are good for the odds and ends. And our team is able to identify how to put on the tire shine when it comes to, skinny tires, big tires, knobby tires. It doesn't matter. We got a person there for that. The rims, we take care of those by hands. The bugs, we take care of those by hand. Every step of the way, we've optimized this process, and it's really allowing us to give quality and consistency. And not only that, but experience. And I think that's the step that Nate's really added to this industry is we're allowing the customer to get out of the car, to experience clean, and to experience an environment that's comfortable, that's exciting, that's engaging, even down to the lighting, to the napkins, to the soda machine. Nate's thought everything out in a way to just enhance the customer experience and to allow clean to be something that's fun, going to the car wash to be an experience. And he's really the only person I've ever seen pull it off, especially experience with clean and quality.
There's only one thing you're missing. What that is, you ready? You could use this. You can have this. You just take it. You need a cardboard cutout of Henry Ford sitting at the end going, now that's what I'm talking about.
That's a good idea.
Right. I agree.
That's a really good idea because
kind
he
of
started
that's the
whole
culmination of that assembly line is that the guys don't have to, the guys and gals you have working for do not have to walk. They're not traveling. It's right there. They just stay stationary and they keep moving. And I think that's that's what I'm saying. He'd be sitting there right now going, that is what I'm talking about. That's an upgrade from, because it really is. There's a certain number of people that are going to be that upper echelon of clients. There's only going to be so many people that roll in a Maybach or a Ferrari or Lamborghini. And that's a different type of customer. There's also going to be, the guy that's driving the $29.99 Honda that just wants to pay $5 in the quarters that are in his console and spray it off and walk down the road. Everybody in between is your client. You're in a bell curve. You've hit all of the middle and the end and the beginning, but there's different types of people you're servicing when you do that. And so I think that's what's unique about it is.
What's our motto?
Well, one thing that our motto is no spot goes untouched. And one thing I have realized is that the biggest commodity from, the most wealthiest person in the world to the most, to our common workers is time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to spend 3 minutes to go through express car wash, but 30 minutes to vacuum it yourself, to do the windows yourself, to do the tire shine yourself and spray wax yourself and come out with, small armpit sweat. People knows the advancement of trading time with customer service. So sometimes, people will go to Chick-fil-A. Yeah, it costs probably $1 more to go to Chick-fil-A or $2 more to go to RoadFS. But we value those concepts. And Chick-fil-A has the medium and the large concept too as well. Same with RoadFS. If I go there for lunchtime, it's more affordable.
Yeah.
So we want to not only appeal to luxury customers or our more top appeals, but we treat and we actually respect the Pinto or the Kia.
Yeah, absolutely.
More than we actually respect the Rolls Royces, because the Rolls Royce is just a car. And if we are not a materialistic car wash.
No, and the thing about it is when I was a younger man, and this was after horse and buggy. So, and I was a mechanic, and everybody always wanted to work on the Ferrari, the Corvette, the Maybach, all that stuff, because that was a personal thing. That's like snap a selfie next to the Corvette. But the brakes on a Honda is how you keep the lights on. And there are more Hondas than there are Maybachs. And so you have to appeal to both sides of that, because it doesn't matter what somebody's rolling in. If they want it clean, you're there to help them out. And if you start pushing people away because of a certain class, and that ain't cool. So I really like the concept of no spot unclean. That's great, man.
It's crazy because of the background doesn't show the injustice of our building. We chose the most simplistic spot for our background.
Yeah.
You really have to come out and tour this facility to see the surprises too as well.
Well,
we're only giving you a little taste, you know.
Oh, that very minute taste. I mean, one of the things that, to Rod's point about hitting that bell curve, right? One of the things that you do exceptionally well is those people in that bell curve aren't used to getting a full experience, right? And so now not only are they getting their car detailed at a level that they've never had through the traditional express wash, but they're coming in, and this is how minute details Nate's gotten. When you go into the bathroom, it's got these amazing mirrors that you can change the colors and create ambiance. He's got live flowers and the whole experience. And I come out and I can go to the bar, get my own drink.
Don't forget the bouteilles.
And can't forget those bidets, yeah.
And then the cigar room that you're still finishing. I mean, everybody, no matter where you are on that bell curve, you can have an experience that is unparalleled anywhere else in the country.
Exactly.
For us, is, you know, if you really care about clean, there's just one choice. You know what I mean? We really are able to deliver quality and an experience that is really unrivaled. And I'm so proud to be part of this organization in such a forward-thinking way. I also believe that, you know, when customers experience this, like you said, some people have never experienced this level of clean before. They're gonna expect it from here on out. You know what I mean?
Well, you're setting a standard.
Look out express washes, because there's a new level that our customers and that our clientele are looking for, and our clientele is everybody.
Exactly.
So for people that don't know where you're at, because I'm sure at this stage of this thing, you know, whatever, 12 minutes into this, people are like, where is this guy at? Where are you guys located, so that they can go look it up and see how cool it is?
So we are at 6555 University Drive Northwest in Huntsville, Alabama.
Voted number one city in the U.S. now. So when you Google number one city to live in the U.S. and retire in the U.S., it's Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville, Alabama. And the thing about it, Alabama, Georgia, that area right all in there, that is where the majority of the cars are sold in the United States. That is kind of like the car belt, right?
Yes.
I know that. Is it Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta.
I think Atlanta, Georgia, they measure all car sales in the U.S. at an Atlanta, Georgia Ford dealership of how many cars they sell per weekend.
Wow.
So that's the metric they use, huh? Wow.
That's the metric they use. And now they're going to use the metric of how clean cars are in Huntsville, Alabama at On the Spot, is what it sounds like.
Exactly. Well, they got to use this metric because it's first of its kind. No other car wash in the world has the longest conveyor belt, full service conveyor belt. No other car wash have one conveyor belt that implements every vehicle. We force every car to go on our belt.
Yep.
It's no do-it-yourself here. So we want to make sure that the customer can spend only $20 additional a month compared to the express car wash, that $34.99 or that $34.95 unlimited that the express wash have. They can come in and spend $59 for us and get a million times washed, come up to the car wash a million times. And not only that, they get organic soda, organic coffee, complimentary waters, and complimentary beer and wine too as well.
It truly is an experience. And one of the things too that I don't think people can really you're not able to really see it from some of the Instagram posts. So go check them out on the Spot Auto on Instagram. But as they're coming through the conveyor belt, if there's a problem with that car, like the headlights need to be polished or some extra detail, you actually have a way to pull it off the conveyor, give it that extra treatment that's included in your price, by the way, and then send it off on its way.
No spot goes untouched. And that motto requires a facility and a system to be able to accommodate that. And Nate's thought all of this through. This has been how many years in the making, Nate?
This is 7 years in the making, 1 year, 3 months bill out. And speaking on that subject, we have additional 7 detail stalls.
Yeah.
3 inside of our building, 7 on the outside. Well, 10 total, sorry. That we actually can shampoo the carpet, or we can do additional headlights, pet hair removal. If you got sand in your vehicle, we pull them to our custom stalls, and we can actually do get in the nitty gritty and remove all the extra. So even rock chips, everything that's cosmetic from a vehicle standpoint, we do here at On the Spot. Vinyl wraps, paint protection film, everything.
And
we try to put the full in full service.
Yeah, and I think
that is a true full service.
Sorry about that, Isaac.
No,
that is the unique thing about it, is because a lot of people that have these, what you're going to say, what they called a full service car wash.
It's a half measure. We're the only ones to go all the way.
It's just turn and burn. Get the car through, get it washed on the outside, and go away. And if you want to have a detail, you got to go somewhere else. They were kind of opposed to each other, and you're bringing it together to say, look, there are times when you want to run the car through. It's going to get a beautiful wash. It's going to be cleaned, but you want a little more. You want to do a ceramic coating. You want to get the headlights done. You want to get this other stuff done. And it is true full service. And that is crazy. I think that is, everybody's always been opposed to it. Everybody talks about how bad the car washes are in our industry, but you're making it not bad. You're making it a good and a part of it. And that's
a part of it. That's what
a big part of it.
Oh yeah. 2 dry bay paint protection film, window tint, 3 additional detail bays behind us, so it's a total of 5. And then we got a custom hand wash bay too as well, so we can wash your vehicle 3 ways. Not only can we wash it touchless, not only can we wash it by phone with our phone brushes, but we also can wash it by hand too as well. For anybody who's spectators or that want to have an objective of the machine car wash, which is actually safer than a hand car wash. My other stores is traditional hand car wash stores. So I know the difference, and I intrigued the difference of the hand car wash versus the machine wash.
So there's something important about the story that I want to address, right? I think a lot of times people look at where you are and they go, oh, I can do that in 2 years. And this has actually been a 17-year journey for you, Nate. You started out in college as a mobile detailer. So let's talk a little bit about that journey, because I think that's really important for other people working to build their business.
Oh man, life is a journey. It was a journey. And it started back in 2005 when I graduated high school. I actually went to Troy University down in Troy, Alabama, on a minority scholarship too as well. And the second semester, I got put out of school. That was a storm in my life that actually brought greatness. Sometimes when it's a storm, you can see the light on the other side. And I actually moved to Huntsville, Alabama, started a mobile car wash, and instead of me going to retail stores, I went to dealerships. My main goal was to focus on dealerships. That's why I incorporated you guys. Once we received multiple stores, your software actually implements and save the stress. We used to be so stressed about keeping VIN numbers, from Z's to 2s or Z, just the VIN numbers was crazy. Because one thing about doing dealer services is if you don't have the correct VIN number, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
You don't get paid in that nature. So it was a transition from me going to college, from wanting to be a dentist, biology major, went back to get my master's in business. Well, I got business degree, and I got my master's in business. And the transition, success doesn't come overnight. I realized success is it's a baby, something that, that you got to fail and get back up and fail again. And sometimes the failure comes in threes. You fail. And only the strong can survive the third fail, because a lot of people give up on the second one. So I failed, and I made so many mistakes during my transition that I actually hoped, and I had a little faith. And what happened was, me and my wife went to numerous car washes. We Googled, we Yelped the best car washes, the best detail shops. And we went to China, we went to Japan, we've been to India twice, we've been to, you name it. When it comes up to car wash Singapore, we've been, but when we implement the technology of the assembly line, everybody know the assembly line process. The vehicle, the automobile was originated from Germany. When I went to Germany, yeah, I saw car washes that was pushing out 800 cars a day on the Tuesday. And how the efficiency, how could they do it is all process driven. And these car washes is not ran by express car wash guys. They ran by full service car wash guys, because the full service in the detail is the new trend. And us having a first of this process to make sure we do a full service store is going to be the new wave of car washes. One thing that the bank CEO told me the other day is that, the express car wash is coming to a peak. They're building right across the street from each other. And the only thing that makes a difference is a new experience or a cheaper unlimited service. But our generation, the new generation, is not like how I was raised. I was raised, my mother raised me like a baby boomer. I cut my own grass. I washed my own car and that nature. Now the new generation want to press a button and get their food delivered within 30 minutes, or press a button and get, shoppers to shop at Publix. So convenience is number one now. People want to go and have a drink at the car wash. People want to have a cigar at the car wash. People want to have organic snacks at the car wash, and that's what we provide too. So what I do want to do, I'm gonna forward you guys a link where we just had a virtual tour done, and I do want you to share it on your page where people can actually see it and you can actually walk through it, and I can get in the nitty gritty, because I promise you, our background doesn't justify our facility, because I had to get in one of the quietest spots in the building. Even my office is loud.
Yeah. Well, there should go. So to start with, but until we get that link, go out and look at the YouTube channel. Jody had posted some stuff when he was there live. And the one thing I want to make sure I do is the next time Jody comes down there, you got to get him one of those hats you were wearing at the kickoff, because
I will.
That dude right there, I'm telling you what, he needs a hat.
That hat was styling, man.
Yeah. Hey man, it's full service. Nate, Nate don't mess around. He's full service everywhere he goes.
With everything with Nate is an entrance. I mean, his whole entourage comes in. They walk in. They have the red carpet. I mean, everything is an entrance with Nate, and it's kind of a personification of not only who you are, but the experience at On the Spot Auto Detail, right? And so I want to talk to Isaac a little bit, right? Because you come from the express background. Clearly, you and Nate got connected. So let's talk about, the excitement, the responsibility of really taking this idea that's been implemented by Nate, making sure that it's executed properly so that it can grow to what his vision is, which I know it's not going to stay in Huntsville.
Right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I loved about Nate the moment I met him for my first interview. Nate has an infinite vision, right? And what I mean by this is it's not finite. So I come from the express world where the idea is, how can we get the lowest membership price? How can we get the lowest labor costs? How can we get the most number of cars? Just bang them out, right? It's let's sell out in 5 years. Let's get consolidated. If Nate was in it for a quick buck, a quick turnaround and money, how many, you just bought express losses, right?
I would have left a long time ago.
He'd have left a long time ago, right?
Right.
So with Nate, it's not about how can I make money? How can I turn this around quick? It's about providing something unique, changing the industry, and providing a long-lasting company. Because our mission just isn't, be number one. It's beyond that. It's to provide a customer experience and a level of quality to that experience that's unrivaled.
Right.
And we learn and we change. This isn't something that's stagnant. We will create the best process, no matter what that takes. And we're going to learn and we're going to provide our mission to our customers going forward. That's the whole plan.
Yeah, it's interesting because Jody and I were talking about that with RoadFS just before this, and we said, you set a 5-year plan and then you adjust it every year depending on what's coming up. And it's funny because we've been joking about this award ever since we won it at MTE, right? It's like, oh, we got the award for the best
Golden
podcast
mic, baby.
2023. And I go, literally, we got home and I said, great, now that's over. Now we can move to the next thing. Right.
Yes.
It's like instantly, it's like that's not the destination. That is just one piece along that timeline. It's like win this award. Now move on. What's next? What's bigger? What's better? Where are we going to go from here? And I think that's different. You mentioned it, Nate, about our generation. And we were raised the same way. Jody and I are a generation ahead, or behind, I should say, where we were raised with a lot of hard work. And, you know, our generation was the ones, we came home from school. We had our own key in 5th grade. We made our own meals. You washed your own clothes. You better have your bed changed. You can get your ass kicked. There was all kinds of stuff we had to do. And so we look at it and go, what is the next thing? Because that quick and dirty, let's sell out and make $1 million. I look at him and I'm like, we're going to do that next year. Why would we do that? Well, let's look 10 years down the road. How are we going to leave a legacy for the next generation behind us to be that they can stand on top of our shoulders and take it to the next level?
You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. So, and that's what we are doing now, because, you know, the formula of On the Spot is basically the transition from you to me to the next generation. I'm just like you. You know, I don't care how much money I make. My background was landscaping. My granddad taught me how to do landscaping. So still to this day, I stay in one of the best neighborhoods in Huntsville, and I got the greenest grass, and because I still do my own grass. It's like a peace of mind to me, the most simplistic stuff in life. But when it comes to washing cars, our grandparents, it was the trend for the father to teach the son the proper way to wash the car, the proper way to cut the grass. And now, you know, washing the car is not like it used to be. You know, the cars are a lot more cheaper, built to as well. And it's crazy because it used to be our house. It used to be our college education. And then it used to be our vehicle, our top 3, expenditures. But now it's your vehicle. You know, the average American have a $250,000 home, and the average American finance that home for 25 to 30 years. The average American buy a vehicle every 7 to 8 years, whether it's a Kia, whether it's a Rolls Royce or a Lexus. Let's just say a Kia or a Honda Accord. Base it at $30,000, and they buy a car every 7 to 8 years. That's the husband with 4 cars, the wife with 4 cars. That's 8 vehicles. It exceeds the value of the home with the maintenance, not spending the kids. So our biggest expense now is a vehicle. And so, you know, washing a car the proper way, whether it's through a express tunnel or through a full service facility, is the key to keeping your investment, which is your vehicle, maintained the proper way.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And it's funny because I take my kids, I got 3 daughters and my youngest 2 daughters are still at home, and they're 18 and 20, and they both got little convertibles, which coming from our generation, you're going to put money in. It's your car. You pay for it. I'm not buying you a car. I don't care how much money I make. You're going to have some skin in the game because you're going to take better care of it. And they learn how to hand wash them. They learn how to wash them the correct way. They learn how to polish headlights. Dad, my headlights need I can't see. Guess what we're going to do this weekend? You're going to learn how to tape off a car, and you're going to learn how to polish the headlights. And they've both done it. The older of the 2 youngest daughters, the 20-year-old, when I first started doing this, my other daughter had the same situation. My oldest daughter, all 3 of my girls wanted to buy a convertible, and all 3 of them have a convertible. All 3 of them have learned how to take care of them, maintain them, change the oil. If a tire blows, you're changing it yourself. You're going to ask nobody to stop at the side of the road and help you. You're going to know how to do it. And they all maintain them. I mean, my daughter, you know, I went to her 2 days ago. When was the last time you checked the oil? I checked the oil a month ago when I filled up, you know.
Good.
And with them, it was the headlights. And my one daughter, 20-year-old daughter, the first time she did it was a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive 4-door pickup. She said, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "You're learning how to change oil in a truck, and you're going to polish the headlights."
That's crazy. That's what I'm talking about. So one thing I did here is like you recommended that all your daughters get convertibles, right?
They just love it. I mean, they just love the idea. I think that's what I heard. They love it, and I've had a convertible for several years now too. So actually, right now at home we got 3 convertibles, but it's because I like the feeling of the wind on my hair.
Exactly. I can see it. Yes, I can see it.
He's been driving too fast because it blew it all away.
Blows it all away, baby.
It's like the leaves going off every time. It just shreds the hair.
That's right, man.
So looking back, because I want to be respectful of your time, because you guys are running an incredible operation. Looking back, Nate, what are some things, and you can chime in on this too, Isaac. What are some things that you've learned over the years that you think are critical for people in building a successful business, whether they're the owner or they're the operator like you, Isaac?
First, one of the things that's critical for me is I make sure I pay my tithes. I give 10% of everything I make first. You gotta believe in some cause to have a balance. So you have to have some type of faith. Sorry. Second, fail big. Make mistakes. Make mistakes are so expensive. Not only financially, mistakes cost time. Mistakes make you cry. Mistakes so fail. Just fail big. So the biggest thing that a person can do in business is, for me, is don't limit yourself. There's no ceiling. And every time you try to move forward, it's going to be yell signs. And them yell signs might be stop signs. But do not stop at that stop sign. Keep pressing forward.
Yep.
Perfect. Isaac, what you got for us, man?
I mean, Nate just said it so beautifully. I very little to add, but just like what I was talking or touching upon earlier, having a forward or future vision, really thinking beyond just the short term. Really having a vision that's inclusive and that's long reaching. I think that's huge. You gotta have a mission that's beyond yourself, and I know Nate touched upon that as well. There's got to be a cause. You got to have a just cause to move forward. And then I got to echo failure. You got to fail. You got to step back up. And it's the only way I've learned how to learn. It's the best way I've learned how to learn. But for me, you got to fail once, and then you got to just correct that, and then you just gain knowledge. You've gained experience. You've gained wisdom. And that's the way I like to think of it,
That's awesome.
Yep. And if you're not failing, you're not moving. You're not.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
One thing that I do notice in the when I go to a lot of these car wash conventions, because I see you guys at most of them, is that 99% of them is express car, probably 98.9, let's say 98.9 is express car wash guys. And these express car wash guys have a transcript. They have a booklet, someone who wrote the formula before, because it's express car washes everywhere. What we have is no template, it's no other, it's one of a kind. It's so many good things, but it's so many mistakes that was made that we had to fix before, and implement processes. So what's happening here is something that's not written. We are writing the book for services with this facility.
Yep.
I love
That's it. That's it. Write your own book. Write your own book, man. And then rip it up and write a new one when that one's done.
Exactly. Yes,
I love it.
Well, we really appreciate you guys being on here. Every time we talk about you, I just shake my head. I'm like, that is the template right there. Don't put boundaries around it. Don't limit yourself. Don't put a ceiling on it.
Be willing to fail.
Yep. Be willing to fail. Create something and then go, that's done. Let's create something else and just keep moving forward. I think that's the key to it. That's longevity, man. Have a legacy. And that's the thing we talk about all the time, is a legacy business is not something we got into it for 2 years and we're out. It is long-term. It is lifetime. And you take a piece of you and put into it.
Exactly. So I shared the virtual tour with you via text message.
Yep.
We have it out here.
Put it in the comments. So guys,
the comments below,
on the comments, you can go see the virtual tour. Go connect on Instagram, on the spot auto, on Instagram.
Spot auto detail.
Yep, auto detail. Thank you. And had a little brain burp there for a sec. And if you're in the
Huntsville, Alabama
area, you have to go to University Drive and get your car cleaned. Even if it's clean, it's going to come out cleaner and you'll get an experience that is unparalleled. So go do it. In fact, I think
I will go down there and
time-
take a rental car. And I'm just going to put the rental car through it so I can go through and have an organic coffee and some snacks and walk around.
I'm thinking I'm going to put a bathing suit on and go through it.
Now, see, everything was going good. Everything. And we're talking about failure. So there's our next failure is Jody in a bikini going through a car wash.
That's gonna be good advertising for me.
Hey, I'll do it just for
No
you.
spot goes untouched.
Right.
That's funny.
So
well,
thank you
guys,
everybody for
man.
tuning in. Please go like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Watch everything or listen on all of your favorite podcasts for other great guests like this. They're not going to be just like this because this is one unique group of people. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we really appreciate you letting us be a small part of that business and watching you grow. It's been really cool for us to see. So thank you.
Thank you. Blessings. See you next time.
Bless. You guys have a great day, man.